Kevin Owens will be a WWE superstar for a few more years. The 37-year-old seems to have set himself up for the later stages of his wrestling career or potentially even for retirement if another deal is struck a few years later. While only a few details about his new contract are available, KO will soon reveal why he re-signed. The news came amidst much speculation that he would leave the company. There were even reports that Kevin Owens was expected to leave WWE when his contract expired. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful was the one who broke the news about Kevin Owens re-signing with WWE, but it was supposed to be announced on a podcast by the former Universal Champion himself. WWE French commentator Pat Laprade said he spoke to Kevin Owens on the Les Antipodes de la Lutte podcast, confirming that he had re-signed with the company. The episode is set to be released soon. I can confirm that Kevin Owens has signed a multi-year contract to stay with WWE. I had Kevin on my podcast yesterday. We were going to release it tomorrow, but Sean beat me to it. Still, more from KO tomorrow about his decision, Laprade said. Little is known about Kevin Owens re-signing with WWE, but the multi-time champion will explain the reason behind his decision to stick with the company. Many fans had hoped that Kevin Owens would jump ship to AEW when his contract expired, but another section of fans argued that their roster is already stacked and is on the verge of being oversaturated. It wouldn't be easy for Kevin Owens to fit into their main event scene. If the report about Kevin Owens getting a lucrative contract is accurate, it's perhaps the best decision he could have made by re-signing with WWE. While his contract reportedly does not have a no-cut clause, he seems to be a superstar who is safe from the chopping block. The decision's consequences are yet to be seen. Many fans will hope that this leads to him getting one more world title run. The prizefighter has the opportunity to do the same at Day 1 on January 1, 2022. He is set to compete for the WWE Championship at Day 1 against title holders Big E, Seth Rollins, and Bobby Lashley, who was only recently added to the match. After it was confirmed by Fightful that Kevin Owens re-signed with WWE, the focus will now be on Sami Zayn. The news of Kevin Owens signing a new WWE contract came just a month and a half before his previous contract expired. Fightful's Sean Ross Sapp has now addressed how it could impact Sami Zayn. While January 31, 2022 was the expiry date of Kevin Owens' WWE contract, Sami Zayn's is set to expire even sooner. According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Sami Zayn's WWE contract is set to expire at the end of 2021. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful had a Q&A video on YouTube, and the Kevin Owens situation was addressed. When somebody asked Sapp if Kevin Owens re-signing will help WWE's efforts in securing Sami Zayn's signature, he said that it would likely help their cause. Yes, I do think that will help, an awful lot. Sami Zayn has enjoyed regular TV time throughout 2020 and 2021, despite taking a few months off during the early stages of the pandemic. He has enjoyed an Intercontinental title reign and recently became the #1 contender to Roman Reigns' Universal Championship. His on-screen interactions with Brock Lesnar led to him losing the match in less than 20 seconds. However, nobody can deny Sami Zayn's importance to SmackDown, and WWE in general. Some believe that Sami Zayn re-signing with WWE is a better alternative than him going to AEW. While several fans would have loved to see Kevin Owens in Tony Khan's promotion, the company's roster is undoubtedly under the threat of oversaturation with all the big-name signings. At this point, one could argue that Sami Zayn is far better suited to WWE. He hasn't been underutilized for a while now, and being involved with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar on screen is an indicator that the company views him as a valuable star. While Sami Zayn may not become WWE or Universal Champion anytime soon, he has had a fruitful run in the last few years with only 2 short Intercontinental title reigns. In his latest Instagram story, Paul Heyman had major praise reserved for WWE veteran MVP. MVP made his big return to Vince McMahon's company at last year's Royal Rumble event. He was eliminated from the annual free-for-all by Brock Lesnar in a matter of seconds. MVP later began managing Bobby Lashley, and has done a great job at it so far. Many fans are aware that Paul Heyman was responsible for bringing MVP back to WWE. Heyman opened up about the same on Instagram and stated that bringing back the former US champion was one of the best decisions he made as executive director. MVP received a big reaction upon his WWE return at Royal Rumble 2020. He immediately began chasing Paul Heyman at ringside before being caught by Brock Lesnar. MVP was quickly thrown out of the ring by Lesnar and lasted a mere 24 seconds. The former US champion began appearing regularly on WWE TV, and later aligned with Bobby Lashley on Raw. The duo went on to form the Hurt Business, and the faction did quite well for itself over the next several months. Lashley defeated The Miz to win his first WWE title on the road to WrestleMania 37. MVP has previously talked about how Paul Heyman was responsible for bringing him and Lashley together. Fortunately, Paul Heyman, who was in charge at the time creatively, he saw Bobby's vision, and he put us together and gave us an opportunity. We're not at the upper echelon, we just broke through the proverbial glass ceiling. Now we're moving into that upper stratosphere, but I think that judging what I see back on social media and people that I meet out and about, I believe the Hurt business could be huge in the wrestling business. We've only been together a year, so we've only scratched the surface, said MVP about Paul Heyman. Lashley later lost the belt to Big E, but now has an opportunity to win it back again. At the upcoming WWE Day 1 pay-per-view, Lashley will take on Big E, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens in a fatal four-way match for the WWE Championship. MVP has been on Lashley's side all this while and would love to see him win the prestigious belt again. The Great Khali got many wrestlers' names wrong, Bray Wyatt being no exception. Former WWE superstar and current Impact Wrestling star Brian Myers sat down with Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful to discuss a variety of subjects. While discussing some hilarious stories about the Great Khali, Myers shared a story about how the former World Heavyweight Champion couldn't remember anyone's real name and confused Bray Wyatt for Michael Hayes. So I remember that day because we hadn't seen him in a while. We were bullsing with him sitting in catering and kind of ball-busting. We were making fun of that he knows like nobody's name even though he's been around us for like 10, 15 years or whatever. He's like, hey man, and everyone's just whatever. Gallows, who knows him like very well, was with him in Deep South and wrestled him a million times, is like, hey, Khali, what's my name? He goes, Drew, and we were like, holy SH, he knows his name, or whatever. And then Wyndham, Bray Wyatt tries to go, Khali, what about me? What's my real name? He goes, Michael Hayes, man, and you talk about a locker room pop. I mean, the boys thing exploded. Wrestling fans haven't seen Bray Wyatt on their television screens since the night after WrestleMania 37. WWE released Bray Wyatt from his contract on July 31, 2021, which allowed his non-compete to expire at the end of October. While many expected Wyatt to make his debut with All Elite Wrestling at Full Gear, the pay-per-view came and went without any appearance from the former WWE champion. While it's unknown when we might see Bray Wyatt return to the ring, he's made it clear that he won't be gone forever. Perhaps he'll return again when we least expect him to. Ric Flair continues to feud with Becky Lynch, accusing the WWE Raw Women's Champion of stealing his gimmick. Lynch and Flair have been at loggerheads with each other for some time now, with the Hall of Famer alleging that the Raw star stole his catchphrase. The Nature Boy reportedly sold the man trademark to WWE last year. Mark Madden, the co-host of Flair's One Nation Uncensored podcast, posed a question to the Nature Boy, asking him which wrestler had stolen something from his gimmick. Who else has stolen from you the most, in more subtle ways? But if you see someone out there who has nicked you and does a lot of your stuff, who would it be? Asked Madden. Flair cheekily replied by stating that the answer to that question could be Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. Who has stolen from me the most? Like the man, Becky Lynch, laughs, said Flair. Madden clarified by stating that he was referring to pro wrestlers who have stolen moves or spots that Flair has done in his career. No, we've been through that. I mean in terms of, maybe some of the spots that you do, said Madden. Flair stated that no wrestler has stolen his spot or move and that each wrestler has their own unique style of wrestling. Ahead of Lynch's Survivor Series match against Charlotte Flair, the man and Ric Flair took shots at each other on social media and in interviews. The Raw star said she felt sad for the Nature Boy who, she alleged, was using her clout to promote his projects. Flair hit back at Lynch by stating that what he had created, the man moniker, made her millions while he didn't earn anything from it.